Will the council meeting of August 12th, 2025, please come to order? Okay, so if you wish to use a different greeting, this one is from Vietnam, Xin Chào, Xin Chào. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, proceeding with roll call for members who are participating remotely. If you could just please let us know who, if anyone except minors, is present with you as part of roll call. Councilmember Pro Tempore Tasha Kama.
Online. Pro Tem Kama. Pro Tem Kama. Hui. Member Sinensi, can you hear? Okay. What? Yeah, let Vice Chair call her, and then we'll move on to somebody else.
All right. Vice Chair Yukilei Sugimura.
Xin Chao and good morning, everybody.
Councilmember Tamara Paulton.
Aloha kakahiaka and kia ora kako. Because I'm going to Aotearoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
October 1st through the 10th for my daughter's huaka'i 8th grade.
Okay. Bye.
Doubtless Bay Area.
Councilmember Gabe Johnson.
Xin Chao, council members, community members, there's no testifiers at the Lanai District Office, and I'm here and ready to work. Thank you.
Okay, we need to mute that person. Next.
Councilmember Kiani Rollins Fernandez.
Aloha kakahiaka kako and morena. I'm happy to be here in person, and there are currently no testifiers at the Molokai District Office. Mahalo, Chair. And I did try calling Member Kama, but she didn't answer. So I was going to try to write something on paper and see if I can get her attention that way.
Chair,
Oh, okay, we got her.
can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you unmute?
Turn up her volume.
Turn up your
I can't
volume.
hear you, Chair, if you're speaking.
Can you turn up your volume? Okay,
I see your lips moving, but I don't hear.
okay, let's see. Wait. Tamara, can you do the sign language? Watch Tamara. Turn on up your volume. You see that? Look at the screen.
What about now? No?
So she wasn't looking, that's why. Okay,
Because sometimes when I leave the chamber, I have it on mute.
yeah.
And then I don't hear you.
Yuki, can you call her on the phone? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it is. I can see unmute speakers, and the other one says turn up volume. What else? Okay, we need another picture. Turn up her volume. She has. Okay, we'll take a 5-minute recess, meeting and recess. For the council meeting of August 12th, 2025, please reconvene and let's resume roll call.
Chair, would you like to start with Councilmember Pro Tempore Tasha Kama?
Sure. Before we lose her.
Councilmember Pro Tempore Tasha Kama?
Aloha kakahiaka, Chair. Sorry, members, for the delay in getting my audio up and done, but I am here and ready to work. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Councilmember Tom Cook?
Aloha, good morning, Ling Chao. There's nobody in the Kihi office currently to give testimony and ready to go to work. Looking forward to the meeting.
Councilmember Nohelani Uuhajens?
Good morning, everyone. Xin Chao.
Councilmember Shane Sinensi?
Aloha Kakayaka, Chair, and Shin Tao. I'm here at my home office. I'm here by myself. There are no testifiers at the Hana District office. And Chair, I'll have to jump off at 12:30 for another meeting that might need quorum. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll try and, accommodate you by finishing by then.
And
Thank you.
Council Chair Alice Lee?
Xin Chao. Good morning,
Chair.
everyone.
Chair, you have 9 members present, which means you have a quorum to conduct the business of the council. For the record, I am the county clerk, Moana Ludi, and joining me from the office of the county clerk are legislative division staff Joyce Murashige, Lauren Saldana, Del Yoshida, and Arthur Suyama. Assisting the council with maintaining order and decorum is Council Ambassador Ryan Martins. Joining the meeting from the Office of Council Services is Director David Rotz and Legislative Attorney Carla Nakata. And from the Department of the Corporation Counsel is Corporation Counsel Victoria Takayesu.
Opening remarks will be provided by Council Member Pro Tem Tasha Kama.
Thank you, Chair. And good morning to my colleagues on the council, the staff, and those who are in attendance, either in person or virtually. The poster in the Mauka elevator of this county building states in very large font, Aloha Ikikahi Ikikahi. Translated into English, it means love one another. Kind of reminds me when I was in church and sprinkled throughout the Sunday school walls were scriptures on plaques, and the scriptures would help us to remember God's promises to us. And now here in our own county building, I feel that it was a message handed to all of us from on high. I know that at times I'm challenged to love others. It's hard to sit, in the chamber and be a chair and hear members of our community attack one another and over what should just be policy discussion. And we hear one side of an issue and we hear other people vilify the other side of that issue, and it goes back and forth and back. And recently, when we were taking testimony over Bill 9, I felt like I had to rein in the passions that are expressed by many in the audience because the disruptions were delaying the committee from getting the work done. I felt challenged to love those who were disruptive. I was challenged to those who were clearly expressing hate to one another segment of our community. I was disappointed that some felt deterred from giving their testimony by the threat of physical violence and the public revelation of their residential addresses called doxing. What has happened recently in this chamber is reflective of the national times that we're living in. We're now in a country where civility is getting to be rare. We appear less willing to give others the benefit of the doubt. And someone says something that we disagree with, and we immediately jump into attack mode. We appear to have lost the ability to end the discussion with a willingness to agree to disagree. We understand that catching the slings and barbs of the public was something that came with the territory of being an elected official. The public retains the right to voice their disagreements with what we do and the choices we make on their behalf. But I can always hope that their disagreements could be expressed civilly, and many times I felt disappointed. I'm hoping that we can somehow return to a time when aloha was the dominant expression in our state and in our county. I'm hoping that we can find a willingness to agree to disagree. I'm hoping that we can continue to love one another despite the clear divisions that have been sown in our community. And so I wanted to read just what touches my heart a lot of the times when I do my readings. And this is what I read, what love is. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongdoings. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. So for us, as we move forward as a council and as a community, I pray that we too will never fail in our love one for another. Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity for me to share my opening remarks this morning.
And thank you for those beautiful remarks. Thank you. Members, now please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Power ready. Sit down. Okay, thank you. All right. Before we proceed with today's agenda, may I please request that everyone keep their microphones muted unless it's your turn to speak. As a reminder, testimony must pertain to items on the agenda. When testifying, please direct your remarks to the council and not to any individual council member or member of the public. Each testifier will be allowed to speak for up to 3 minutes on each item. For individuals wishing to testify on Teams, please click the Raise Your Hand button to be added to the testifier log. If you are calling in, please follow the phone prompts to be added to the log. If you wish to testify anonymously, please sign in as anonymous and you will be given a testifier number. Decorum shall be maintained at all times. Any person who behaves in a manner that disrupts, disturbs, or impedes the orderly conduct of any council meeting can, at the discretion of the presiding officer or majority of present council members, be ejected or banned from council meetings, or if participating remotely, muted or dropped from the meeting. Examples of disruptive behavior include, but are not limited to, heckling, shouting, use of profanity, threatening, or slanderous remarks made to any member of the council staff or general public. All meeting attendees, whether online or in person, are expected to wear clothing in a manner that is respectful of others. Ms. Clark.
Chair, thank you. We'll begin with the presentation of written or oral testimony. At this time, individuals may testify on any of the items on today's agenda. Chair will begin with Eva Blumenstein testifying on Bill 108, and she will be followed by Haloa Dudawa.
Good morning, Chair, members. I'm Eva Blumenstein, Planning Program Administrator for Department of Water Supply. Testifying on Bill 108 is for an intergovernmental agreement between the department and the U.S. Geological Survey. We have an ongoing water resource monitoring program since the 1980s with USGS. And we would like to continue this program this year with 2 new additions. The additional deliverables is a rain gauge at the Honolulu Stream in Kianai, East Maui, and phase 1 of a study to develop a deep monitor well in Laniapoko Aquifer in West Maui. The intergovernmental agreement for our current program was passed by Ordinance 5707 on September 27th last year, and the notice to proceed was issued on October 1st. So this ends at the end of the federal fiscal year, September 30, 2025. USGS did not have a ready proposal for the Laina Poco Deep Monitor well last year. We received a proposal in February 2025, and the intergovernmental agreement was passed by Ordinance 5794 on April 21st, 2025. The joint funding agreement was supposed to be executed in May. That didn't happen. There was a lot of turnover at USGS. I was out of the office for most of that time. So that fell through the cracks, so that's on me. So we're asking to add that to start now as originally planned for last year. We do have, the total cost of the agreement is $321,217, with the department contributing $270,558 and USGS $50,659. We have sufficient funds allocated in our FY26 budget. So if possible, we ask action to be taken on the floor today that would make sure that we can have the joint funding agreement executed before it expires. Mahalo.
Thank you. Questions, members? Member Paulton.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Ms. Blumenstein, for your testimony. I just wanted to clarify the 30-day comment period on the draft EA for the Lania Poco Exploratory Wells project in Lahaina, Maui ends on Monday, September 8th, 2025?
Yeah, so that's not for the monitoring wells. That's for development of eventually exploratory and perhaps production wells.
Oh, that's different wells?
Yes.
In Lania Poco. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? If not, thank you.
Mahalo.
Chair, the next testifier is Haloa Duduwa, and if you could please let us know what item you will be testifying on, to be followed by the Royal House of Hawaii.
Hello, Chair Lee, Vice Chair Sugimura, and council members. I'm testifying on Bill 98. My name is Haloa Durua, and I'm representing the Kapeva Youth Summit, a program fiscally sponsored by the Boys and Girls Club of Maui. I want to express my strong support for Bill 98, which would amend the fiscal year 2026 budget to allocate $25,000 from the Office of Recovery Program to the Office of the Mayor Administration Program for the 2025 Kapeva Youth Leadership Summit. Excuse me. The Kapeva Youth Summit will be held on Friday, September 12th, 2025, and is a one-day youth-led, youth-organized gathering designed to empower our future leaders of Maui Nui. The summit has 4 core goals: amplify youth voices in local decision-making, address out-migration and its impacts on our island's future, equip students with both academic and practical life skills, and create a youth-driven roadmap for long-term community impact. This appropriation will directly fund transportation, both ground and air, audiovisual and sound equipment, as well as travel for panelists and facilitators. By supporting this appropriation, you're investing in a space where our young people can meaningfully engage with the challenges and opportunities facing our county, connect with peers and mentors, and work collectively to define the next generation of leaders. The Kapeva Youth Summit is an investment in the civic capacity and resilience of our county, and we are grateful to the administration and council for bringing this amendment forward, as well as to the Boys and Girls Club of Maui for serving as our fiscal sponsor. I respectfully urge the council to adopt Bill 98. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I'm here for questions should you have any.
Thank you. Questions, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you very much for testifying. And was this planned by the youth for the youth? It seems like the tempo of this is that.
Yes, so this youth summit is entirely youth-led. To give an example, we have an internship program. It's a paid internship program, and this year we have 4 interns, and a part of that program is for them to develop something that is meaningful to them, and this year it's this youth summit. That's something that they wanted. So at the start of the summer, something that they did was they created a survey to send out to their peers, and from that survey, they used their findings to develop this youth summit, what the breakout sessions would be, so that it's catered entirely to their peers and the youth.
Excellent. Can somebody let me into the meeting? I can't get in by video. Just curious. Thanks. Thank you.
Pardon me?
Councilmember Kama had her hand up.
Oh, Pro Tem Comma. Pro Tem Comma. Aye. Okay, where's the volume paper?
Cannot see.
Can you read the paper on the screen?
She can't hear us.
I don't know why she's looking at her phone, I bet. Can somebody call her again, please? Maybe her phone went off, that's why.
I tried to call her.
Oh, can you hear me, Chair?
No.
Yes,
You can hear me now?
yes.
Okay. So my question to Haloa was, how many students are participating in this event?
Thank you, Councilmember Kama. So we're expecting a little bit over 200 students to participate in this event. What we're doing is we're going to the high schools. It's also open to first-year students at UHMC. And the way that these students can sign up is they can approach their counselors at the high schools, all high schools across Maui County, including Molokai High School as well as Lanai High School, and they can sign up for this summit.
Fabulous.
And when is the summit?
It's on September 12th of this year. It's a Friday.
In a few weeks.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
More questions? Councilmember Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo, Chair. I think I'll save this question for when the item comes up if it's being requested to take action on the floor today. The question is regarding why it's under the Office of Recovery, and if Mr. Durua knows the answer to that. Mahalo for your
We have the budget
testimony.
chair, budget director here.
Mahalo for your testimony. Hope you're feeling better.
Thank you, Council Member.
Oh, I'm the one that's sick.
I had a meeting with him yesterday,
okay.
and he wasn't feeling well. I hope
Okay.
you're feeling better too,
Thank
Chair.
you, thank you.
Yeah. I have cough drops if you need anytime.
I know.
In
thank you.
abundance.
Any more questions? If not, thank you, Mr. Durua. Thank you.
Chair, the next testifier is the Royal House of Hawaii, and if you could please let us know what items you'll be testifying on, to be followed by Thomas Dea. Royal House, this is your opportunity.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Okay, aloha. I'll be speaking or I'll be testifying on. So when it says like communications, committee reports and resolutions and ordinances, those are all items, right? Highlighted in blue.
Yeah, you can testify on anything on the agenda.
Okay. I'll be testifying on Bill 95, Bill 96, Bill 97, Bill 98, Bill 99, Bill 100, Bill 101, Bill 102, Bill 103, Bill 104, Bill 105, Bill 106, Bill 107, Bill 108, Bill 56, CD1, Bill 87, Bill 88, Bill 89, Bill 84. And I'm testifying and stand before you. I stand before all of you as a allodial land tenant and a royal patent descendant and heir and resident of Heva Heva, royal patent 7447, Helu 3237, and I'm asserting that any attempts attempts to pass bills, permits, or titles related to the land in Hawaii are fundamental, flawed, and potentially illegal. Simple. So every parcel of land, in Hawaii is held under royal patent allodial titles, if you guys haven't known, and patented by the royal government of Hawaii. And this title lasts forever. And it says it in the TMK paperwork And it shows it in the TMK paperwork under legal info, and it gives you the royal patent and who the rightful owners are. And it has been changed recently. So I asked why it's being erased, because that info, I'm pretty sure you have to show the royal patent, since the state manipulated our meets and bounds and created their own TMK, which is a crime on an international level. And any efforts to create like land trust bills or schemes that conflict the royal patents and the allodial titled lands would be crime on an international level, because, for example, myself and many others haven't been contacted. Nobody reached out to any of us. And yeah, and these titles are rooted in the Constitution of Kamehameha III and the laws of the Kingdom of Hawaii, which supersede any subsequent attempts to alter or undermine them. And it's perplexing to hear testimonies about creating invalid land trusts for regular people when in fact the land is already held in perpetuity under the royal patents, allodial titles for specific ohana. These titles established during the Mahele provided a clear framework for governance and decision-making regarding the land, because the descendants of the royal patents and the allodial lands decide what happens on that land. So may I ask, any of these plans that are happening, were any of the descendants contacted by right by law? If I may ask, because I have not been contacted at all. And that's really crazy. But given the historical and existing legal framework, it's evident that the Native Hawaiian people with the royal patent allodial titles would be the best suited to govern and decide what happens on their ancestral lands. After from everything that they have lived through and the challenges, the effects of land mismanagement, and would likely prioritize sustainable and community-driven solutions, avoiding our right to give out massive evictions. So so I demand you and urge you to find each descendant of and beneficiary of the Palapalesila Nuis, aka the royal patents, which are already supposed to be done but haven't, because again, I haven't been contacted. And from the brainwashing injustices continuing to this day from being taught in school. I just graduated in 2023 and they still brainwashing the people. Businessmen ended the royals, and they brainwash you and tell you that the businessmen ended the royals for the land ownership, when in reality and actuality, we are literally the descendants and the walking royals with royal patent allodial land titles that belong to us. And it lasts forever no matter what. And please stop erasing. I don't know why you guys stay erasing the royal patent and the RP, the real property royal patent, and LCA, Land Commission Awards from everyone's TMK. So please put that on, because you guys have manipulated our meets and boundaries of our country. And the royal patents are the titles to the meets and bounds of this country. And the meets and bounds, once a country created meets and bounds, it could never be changed. And mahalo again for hearing me out. And another one. So with all businesses, and corporations with big plans, they all need to hire. Many large landowners and development target many native men, using them as puppets to think it's easy money. They continue on business as usual, allowing the government to mismanage our home, participating in the endless natural resource extraction model that is real estate development. Knowing that, then continue to lie to themselves by indulging in the benefits of said business through invasive alcohol, drugs, social media, and an infatuation with material items that distract them from the reality that these issues cannot be ignored for much longer, or we are sacrificing our substance, culture, lifestyle, and subjecting our children to a disconnection from Aina. Bringing more jobs, and that will not help help or benefit the community, either overall health of the people, which is corporate slavery that will lead to a greater reliance on imports, which will only lead to illness and disease. Imagine knowing this will be the reality for your children if nothing is done, and and then choosing to do nothing about it to prevent any of the participation of genocide happening to my papa's kingdom. How dare you guys, how dare people develop on highly sacred sites to build a cage while using our native rights to develop, have many and have many exemptions. There are cultural sites all over. For example, like Wailea 670, where my Uncle Mike was even called for all the cultural sites and hasn't even, they just ignored it. It's really crazy. But anyway, I urge the Senate committee to respect the existing legal framework and recognize the rights of the Native Hawaiians to our lands as established by the royal patented allodial titles. Any attempts to undermine these rights would be a continuation of the injustices that have plagued our island since 1893. Follow Kamehameha III's laws and contact the descendants of the royal patents as needed. Because I'm pretty sure none of the descendants of Kanehoa, Kanahoa, have not been contacted in regards of this development to who that Palapalesila Nui and Royal Patent allodial title lands belong to for that example I just gave. I request legal opinion from the state and international resources because there are many clear violations happening on an international level being done to my papa's kingdom and the people of our kingdom and the kingdom of Hawaii and especially Kanaka. And mahalo for your attention to this critical matter. Mahalo.
Thank you. Any questions, members? If not, thank you very much.
Chair, the next testifier is Thomas Dea, to be followed by Brian Mick. And Mr. Dea, if you could please let us know what item you will be testifying on.
Aloha kakayaka. My name is Thomas Dea, Chief Operating Officer with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Maui, and I'll be testifying on strong support for Bill 98. I'm representing the Boys and Girls Clubs of Maui, the fiscal sponsor of the Kapeva Youth Summit. And Bill 98 would amend the fiscal year 2026 budget to allocate $25,000 from the Office of Recovery Program to the Office of the Mayor for the Kapeva Youth Leadership Summit. The summit strongly aligns with Boys and Girls Clubs of Maui and our priority outcomes of character and leadership. As Boys and Girls Clubs of Maui provides leadership programming within our doors, as well as through leadership events, we have seen such great impact these programs have had on our Keiki and Opio. We have seen our members grow into leaders in the clubs and later on into the community and the workforce. In the past, we've had a team here on Maui from our Lahaina Clubhouse serve on a national steering committee for a national conference, being 1 in 12 in the world. We have sent several groups over the years to participate in conferences such as these and have seen the impact they have had on the youth. It's these very teens who are the future of Maui, and equipping them with the skills and experiences are invaluable. Our mission at Boys and Girls Clubs of Maui is to inspire and enable all young people, thus our engagement in the Kapeva Youth Leadership Summit. We know not every youth comes to a club, and us engaging in this will help bring not only our members, but opportunity to other teens across Maui. And as we always say, great futures start here. They start with opportunities like the Kapeva Youth Summit and with your support. This is truly an investment in our community and our young people. And I just want to thank you all for everything you all do to support projects like this and to support Boys and Girls Clubs of Maui, because it's been an honor seeing youth grow up and become leaders in our community. Thank you again. And if you have any questions, please let us know.
Questions, members? If not, thank you very much.
Chair, the next testifier is Brian Mick. And Mr. Mick, if you could please let us know what matter you'll be testifying on, to be followed by Leslie Milner.
No.
We're having trouble. Can you stop for a minute? We're having trouble understanding you. Yeah, come closer to the mic. Maybe that'll help. And do you have other devices on by any chance?
No.
I hear feedback. There's feedback somewhere.
Somebody else is unmuted, I think, and talking when he talks.
Okay, let's try again.
Okay, how's that?
Good.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, good morning, Chair Lee. I'm Brian Mick, and I'm testifying in support of Bill 87. I'm with the state's Disability and Communication Access Board, part of the Department of Health. Bill 87 authorizes the mayor to enter into intergovernmental agreement with us for the issuance of disability parking placards. I thank you folks for moving expeditiously on this bill. As I mentioned, usually our first reimbursement to the county would be at the end of the first quarter. So that's coming up at the end of September. So we would need to get this executed in time in order to be able to issue that check. But I'm here in case anyone has any questions on the agreement itself or on the parking program more generally. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions, members? Member Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Brian. Thank you for joining us today. Just a quick clarifying question. You said it's going to be parking signage for handicap stalls, or is that just that, or how about restriping of the paint or anything in addition?
Sure. So no, just to clarify, this is for the issuance of the actual parking permits. So the placards and the special license plates that people would use to park in the reserve.
Thanks for that clarification. It was kind of hard to hear you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chair. No further questions.
Any more questions, members? If not, next testifier.
Chair, the next testifier is Budget Director Leslie Milner, testifying on Bills 96, 97, and 98, and she'll be followed by our Managing Director, Josiah Nishita.
Thank you, Chair. Aloha, aloha, council members. Bill 96 is amending Appendix A, Part 1 for the prosecuting attorney. They've been notified by the State of Hawaii Department of the Attorney General, Crime Prevention and Justice Assistance Division that they'll be receiving additional funds for the Victim Witness Assistance Program, so we'd like to add those to the budget. Bill 97 is for the Emergency Management Agency. They've received a grant from the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program. This is phase 1. We do anticipate additional funds for this program, but we're still waiting for that award. So we wanted to proceed with phase 1. This is for the Maui County countywide wildfire mitigation project. So this will be planning for properties in high hazard areas to help mitigate any grasses or anything that might be wildfire issues. Bill 98 would be to reduce the Office of Recovery by $25,000 and move those funds to the Office of the Mayor Administration Program for the Youth Summit, which I think has been very well spoken of by those who will be participating in it. And we have also worked with OCS and Vice Chair's office to submit some proposed FD1 versions for all of those bills, making some non-substantive corrections that are detailed in the transmittal letters. And I did also want to give a plug for Reso 25163 for the Maui County Fair Permit. As you know, we're all very excited about it. I'm sure Managing Director will speak more to that, but I just wanted to put my plug in. Thank you, Chair.
Questions for the director? Vice Chair Sugimura.
We love to receive money, so thank you. So I'm on Bill 97, then the FEMA money, phase 1. So I always thought that a lot of the money came in through the DR, but this is in addition to.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Vice Chair. Yes, this is in addition to the DR funds. This is a separate pot of money.
Okay, great. Keep it coming. Thank you.
We'll do our best.
Any other questions? If not, thank you very much. Next.
Chair, the next testifier is Josiah Nishita, testifying on Resolution 25-163 and Bill 98, and he will be followed by Wilson Chow.
Oh, Wilson.
Okay.
Managing Director?
I just saw him a few minutes ago. Okay, next.
Chair, we'll move on to Wilson Chow. Mr. Chow, if you could let us know, please, what items you'll be testifying on?
I see him.
Aloha. Hello. Okay. I'll be testifying on Bill 98, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Aloha, distinguished council members. My name is Wilson Chow, and I'm here with my other interns, and we're the organizers of the Capeva Youth Summit, which is accordance to Bill 98. And for us, we just wanted to let you know about our story on why we created this summit. The reason is behind outmigration. As we know, Hawaii is facing a large population of students studying outside and not really coming back for the workforce. And so by providing this youth summit, we hope to really encourage students and give them equal access opportunities throughout Maui County and be able to really obtain the workforce development here. And so thank you so much for all your consideration on our bill. And we just hope to see this being established, and we're looking for questions if anything that you have in mind.
Thank you. Any questions, members? If not, thank you very much. May we have the next testifier?
Chair, there's currently no one else signed up to testify, so this will be last call. If there's anyone who would like to testify at the beginning of the meeting, this is your opportunity. And the countdown is 3, 2, 1. Chair, there's no one indicating a desire to testify.
Members, any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony at the beginning of the meeting?
No objections.
So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair will move to county communications. At this time, there is no one currently signed up to testify. If there is anyone who would like to testify on county communications, this is your opportunity. This is last call. And the countdown is 3, 2, 1. Chair, there's no one indicating a desire to testify.
Any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on county communications?
No objections.
So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is County Communication 2517, Councilmember Paulton transmitting a proposed amendment to Bill 94, 2025, entitled A Bill for an Ordinance Amending the Fiscal Year 2026 Budget, Appendix A, Part 1, Department of Management, Private Donations, and New Appropriation of $10,000.
Member Paulton.
Thank you, Chair. If there's no objections, I would like to ask that County Communication 2517 be postponed until Bill 94, 2025 is taken up.
Any objections, members? If not, so ordered. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, we're moving on to committee reports, and currently there is no one signed up to testify, so this will be last call for testimony on committee reports, and the countdown is 3, 2, 1. Chair, there's no one indicating desire to testify.
Any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on committee reports? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair from the Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee is CR 2547, recommending adoption of Resolution 25141, CD1, authorizing settlement of JMC Claim 4086753, County of Maui Risk File 2023-1128 of Jeffrey Navarez in the amount of $62,986.66.
Councilmember Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt the recommendation in CR 25-47.
Second.
By Member Hodgins, seconded by Member Cook, to adopt the recommendation to adopt the resolution in Committee Report 25-47. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you again, Chair. At its meeting of July 22nd, 2025, your great committee met to discuss Resolution 25-141, which authorizes settlement of the claim filed on November 13th, 2023 in the amount of $62,986.66. The claim alleges that on October 27th, 2023, a misdirected high-pressure water sprinkler maintained by the county near the Central Maui Regional Sports Complex damaged the interior and exterior of the claimant's residence located at 139 Me'ehu Circle, Kahului, Maui, Hawaii. Your committee received an overview of the claim, and your committee voted to recommend 9-0 the adoption of Resolution 25-141. And at this time, I respectfully ask the members for the support of my motion. Thank you.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
Oh, where's Member Kama? 8 ayes, 1 excused, motion carries. Excused is Member Kama.
Yep. Chair, moving on to resolutions. There's currently no one signed up to testify on resolutions, so this will be last call. If there's anyone who would like to testify on resolutions, this is your opportunity. And the countdown is 3, 2, 1. Chair, there's no one indicating a desire to testify.
Any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on resolutions? So ordered, Ms. Clark.
Chair, before you is Resolution 25-163, authorizing the issuance of a permit to the Festivals of Aloha exceeding 5 consecutive days for the 2025 Maui County Fair under subsection 13.04A 100D Maui County Code.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. I move to adopt Resolution 25-163.
Moved by Member Vice Chair Sugimura and seconded by Member Hodgins to adopt the resolution in, adopt the recommendation in Resolution 25-163. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. This resolution authorizes a permit for the 2025 Maui County Fair to use the War Memorial and Keopulani complexes for more than 5 consecutive days. Under Section 13.04A 100 of the Maui County Code, council approval is required for permits exceeding 5 days. The permit covers setup, operation, and breakdown for the event lasting through October 31st, 2025. Chair, I have an ASF for this item, and I move to substitute Resolution 25-163 with the proposed FD1 version attached to my ASF. I think copies have been passed out to everybody.
Moved by Member Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Cook, to substitute the original resolution with the ASF that was just distributed. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. The proposed FD1 version corrects the permittee's name, clarifies the permit's duration, and incorporates technical revisions. I respectfully ask for the members' support. Thank you, Chair.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I see 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excused. Member Vice Chair, Pro Tem Kama. Motion carries. Now the main motion as amended. Vice Chair Sugimura.
Oh, no.
No.
Just voting.
Okay, no more discussion. All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excuse. Pro Tem Kama, motion carries. Ms. Clark.
Thank you, members.
Chair, before you is Resolution 25-164, removal of member Nirvana Dillingham from the Commission on Children and Youth for the County of Maui.
Member Hodgins.
This isn't me, I don't think, but I think they wanted to give the person an opportunity to, I guess, explain their absence, but I thought that was what we were doing.
Okay, I'm sorry. My notes say Member Hodgins intends to adopt.
Oh,
I'll move to adopt.
I'll move to it. That's fine with
I'll
me.
second.
I thought we were giving this person the opportunity, but if that's not an issue, then I move to adopt Resolution 25-164.
Second.
Okay, moved by Member Hodgins, seconded by Member Paulton to adopt the Resolution 25-164. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you. Members and Chair, unfortunately, Mr. Dillingham has failed to maintain a consistent appearance at the scheduled meetings with a non-attendance record greater than 50% as required to pursuant Maui County Code 2.4.090.
Okay, any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excuse. Pro Tem Kama, motion carries. Ms. Clark.
Chair, before you is Resolution 25-165, urging the Liquor Control Commission to remove permit requirements for amusement gaming devices and liquor licensed establishments.
Member Hodgins.
This one is definitely mine. I move to adopt Resolution 25-165.
Second.
Moved by Member Hodgins, seconded by Member Cook to adopt Resolution 25-165. Discussion, Member Hodgins.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, members. This has been a little pet project of mine. So Resolution 25-165 urges the Maui County Liquor Control Commission to amend Section 8-101-27, Parent 4, Parent A, Parent 4, of rules of the governing and manufacture and sale of intoxicating liquor by removing the permit requirement for the installation of any gaming device on the premises of a liquor licensee. The resolution also authorizes the council chair, that's you, thank you, to submit a petition on behalf of the council seeking to amend that section that I won't rename again of the rules of the commission and to take other reasonable and appropriate action to support the council's position. A copy of the petition can be found in Exhibit B. The current permit application process places an onerous burden on businesses seeking to install legal non-gambling devices on the licensee's premises and thus hinders the ability of businesses to offer a wider array of entertainment options that attract customers. Having less regulation on legal gaming devices like this would result in fun, obviously, and greater entertainment, amusement options for the county residents, which in turn would support local businesses and stimulate the economic growth of the county. I have some little
personal things to add. Our liquor rules are slightly archaic, and so the Liquor Commission is updating them now as we speak. So it is good timing that we request for them to consider this. I've been working with the liquor director as well for the past few years, but especially now in the last few months, to figure out something we can do to move this forward. I don't know about you folks, but when I travel with my family, this is something we normally do at night or during the day just to hang out. We can all participate in games. I personally really like air hockey. I know that's a little surprising, but me and my husband get really competitive, but it's really fun. It's fun for everybody. And I'm excited for the Liquor Commission and the Liquor Department to update their rules and to have spaces that can accommodate family fun like this. So I'm quite excited. We do have one in one of the hotels in West Maui. It's the Valley Alley, which is really small. It's very far away from majority of our local residents, and it's quite expensive. So I'm so excited for somebody to hopefully do this and provide entertainment for a large family, like mine and like others. So at this moment, I ask the members' support, and I'm happy to answer any questions if you folks have any. Thank you, Chair.
Member Johnson.
Thank you, Chair. I really support this, and thank you for your pet project. It's a good pet project. The term she used was archaic. I'll take it a step farther and call it like a footloose kind of county where we just ban everything that's scary and fun and anti-fun, and I'm not a fan of that. So thanks for thinking about that. Who would have thought you need a permit for a video game while everybody sits at the bar on their cell phone playing video games anyways? You know, at least when you play the pool hockey or whatever that, air hockey, you're doing it with someone else, whereas you're sitting on your phone and not interacting with anybody. So, boy, common sense legislation here, Councilmember. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. And just for clarification, what do I have to do with a petition or something?
Well, we cannot.
You're looking at the person who doesn't drink, go to bars or anything like that.
Well, then
but I'll be
we'll
happy
have
to
a
help
drink
you.
for you, and we'll explain how fun it is the day after. Because we cannot tell the Liquor Commission what to do, they're semi-autonomous, we have to just send them an urging reso.
Oh, okay.
And we have to petition them to change the rules.
Okay.
Technically, the petition can come from anybody, which it could come from a business, but it's quite expensive and quite difficult for somebody else to do while they're already establishing their business. So if it comes from us, none of us have, I don't think, an arcade that we're trying to permit. So it gives us some neutral playing ground, and it gives them a space to have that conversation without somebody who's going to financially benefit from it right in front of their face. But yes, that is the process. Peter Hanano helped me write this, so I'm sure he'll help you fill it out.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome, thank you.
Luckily, I don't have a criminal record.
Oh, there's that. Well, me too then.
Okay, I'll be happy to help you. All right, any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye. 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excused. Motion carries. Member Pro Tem Kama is excused. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, moving on to ordinances. There's currently no one signed up to testify, so this will be last call for testimony on ordinances. And the last call countdown is 3, 2, 1. Chair, there is no one indicating a desire to testify.
Any objections to closing public testimony and accepting written testimony on ordinances? So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 95, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Council Services Program, Office of the County Council, for Amendment Number 1 to grant G5401 Sustainable Molokai.
Member Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo, Chair. I move to pass Bill 95 on first reading.
Second, somebody? Moved by Member Rollins Fernandez, seconded by Member Johnson, to pass Bill 95 on, did you say for first reading? And discussion, Member Rollins Fernandez.
Mahalo, Chair. This grant is associated with the climate change grant that they're completing the grant, the report on to be paid out by the Finance Department. So this is just work that's already been completed, and they're just finishing up the paperwork on. And this motion is necessary in order for that paperwork and the payout to be complete. I respectfully ask for the members' support of this motion.
Any more discussion? Vice Chair Sugimura.
Important work. Thank you very much, Member Rollins Fernandez, for the Molokai community. And I would like to recommend that further discussion on this, because I think the funds, which was $500,000, which was appropriated June 30th, 2021 to July 1, 2023, has expired. And the request for extension was, I don't know if it was processed through Office of Council Services. So I'm not even sure if this grant is still available, but I would like to make sure that this does happen properly. I believe at this point there is a $250,000 request for payment, of which is, if it's $500,000, and this is trying to make that whole for the $250,000 with the leftover, but I think the grant period has expired. So I would like to propose that we do this correctly so that Molokai and Member Rollins Fernandez can have her money as she's requesting, and it be discussed further. So if we could, have that discussion.
Let's have this.
Chair, I'd like to correct the record or state for the record that it's not my money.
Oh, yeah.
It's not coming to me and my account. This is to Sustainable Molokai. I'm not employed by them or have any financial benefit from them
I
at
stand
all.
corrected. I don't mean you. I just mean your island. Sorry.
Yeah, but you said it was going to come to me. Chair, the work's already been done. The climate change plan that we requested happen already has been completed and submitted. This is just a paperwork issue. I don't know what we would accomplish in committee by dragging this out further, by making sure that this gets done appropriately. Like, that's why all the check and balances are in place in the administration with finance. This was a request from the finance department. I don't know what we would accomplish in committee by taking it to committee and talking about what I'm talking about right now.
Okay. You mute that person. Okay, any more, Member Hodgins?
Thank you, Chair. And this question can be answered by anybody, if not Member Rollins Fernandez, but I see that it's coming out of council's budget. Can you just explain why?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So the initial 500,000 was for the first of the county-wide initiative of doing climate change and sea level rise plans. And so that grant was put under OCS.
Okay.
Like 4 years ago or something. I think it was like 2019, 2020. Okay. And then pandemic happened. And then, the plan was for the meetings to be done in person. And so that kind of got dragged out because that 2020.
Yep.
I don't have to remind you of what happened then.
Yep, dumpster fire every
anyway,
year.
so, working through all of that, getting the plan done, they, followed all the deliverables, but the funding itself, the 500,000 was under OCS as an OCS grant.
Okay.
And then there was a separate 50,000 request for that same project for additional engineering reports.
Okay.
And that was approved, and then there was transition on, I think, like both sides, OCS side and in Sustainable Molokai with like leadership and staff. And so there was like some miscommunication at some point, which is why it kind of has been dragging on like this. So that's why it's under OCS. But the remaining 200,000 that Member Sugimura brought up was paid out. This is the remaining 50,000 of that approval for the engineering report.
Okay. Is there a place where we can view these sea level rise plans and the engineering reports and all this stuff? Or how are we going to receive that?
I can take it up in my committee.
Oh, that'd be great.
If you want to attend.
Yeah.
And then we can, because
this was done before
something that
we
we're
were
really
here.
proud of. I think they
2019,
presented it to the community. It wasn't completed until I think you were on the on the council by the time it was completed.
Okay.
And then it was presented to the Molokai community in its final report. But
Was it only for Molokai or was it for?
yeah. The grant itself was like county-wide climate change plan, starting with Molokai. It was something like super long and annoying like that. Sorry, that was my fault. But like Molokai was supposed to have been the first of all the districts, but no other district has taken it up since.
Okay, thank you.
And I can email you a copy too. And then, but I would love to have it in my committee. I've been wanting that, the transitions of the organization.
Right. Member Cook and then Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you, Chair. So for clarity, I don't understand. So what will these funds be used for? Is it to pay existing bills? Is it to, and who are the existing bills paid to?
Mahalo, Chair. Mahalo, Member Cook, for the question. So the 50,000 was for that additional engineering report that I mentioned to Member U Hodgins. Sustainable Molokai, as you know, like our county grant process is that the grantee pays out first and then gets reimbursed by the county, right? And so they have to front the money. So Sustainable Molokai paid out the engineering firm for doing the reports that they were requested to do. And then Sustainable Molokai submitted its invoice and its final report to the county for the reimbursement of it.
For clarification, but they haven't been paid. And how long ago was that submitted?
Yes. They have not been paid this final 50,000. This was something that I was working on from last year. And so, yeah, So I'd love for this to be done.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Important. So the reason why that I have questions is that based upon a request for our Department of Finance Purchasing Division contract, I don't see an approval on the form that was submitted by David Rotz. And time of performance is 7/2/23 to June 30th, 2024, which is expired. It doesn't look like it was processed. And
Well, maybe David can clear that up.
okay, David.
Mr. Rotz.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for the questions and discussions. We've been working with Finance and Corp Counsel on this bill that has been presented today, and I apologize for the delay. We've been looking at the history, and OCS has not processed the payments as quickly as we probably should have. It's a little bit unusual. We don't engage in grants on a regular basis within our organization. We've learned some from this experience, but the mechanism you have before you today was recommended by the Department of Finance to be able to close the books on this project. Thank you.
Any more discussion? Okay, so we have a motion on the floor. Okay. Ms. Clerk, can you just remind me what transpired already?
Sure, Chair. At 10:07, Member Rollins Fernandez made a motion to pass on first reading, and it was seconded by Member Johnson.
Okay. So any more discussion?
So I have one last question.
Yes, Vice Chair Sugimura.
So based upon the paperwork, the background paperwork that we have, is the grant considered expired? Or can the grant be amended to increase the dollar amount based upon Bill 95 that we received?
Mr. Rotz.
Thank you, Chair. The latter, that again is the purpose of this bill, to allow for that extension in effect. Thank you.
To allow for the extension. Okay. All right. Allow for the extension and payment of the bill, right? Okay. All right. And this is a reimbursement. Okay. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, 8 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries, 1 excuse, pro tem, comma. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 96, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Appendix A, Part 1, Department of the Prosecuting Attorney Victim Witness Assistance Program, increasing the appropriation by $126,796.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. I move to pass Bill 96, 2025 on first reading.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Hodgins, to pass Bill 96 on first reading. Discussion. Vice Chair Sugimura.
Bill 96 amends Appendix A, Part 1 of fiscal year 26 budget by increasing the grant appropriation for the Victims Witness Assistance Program under the Department of the Prosecuting Attorney. The appropriation is being increased by $126,796 due to an updated modification of grant funding from the State Attorney General's Office. This program supports services for victim witnesses and criminal cases, helping them navigate the court process and access support. Chair, I have an ASF for this item, which was passed out, referencing my ASF 1. I move to substitute Bill 9625 with the attached proposed FD1 version.
Okay, moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Hodgins, to substitute the original bill with the ASF that was just distributed. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. The proposed FD1 version as the amended to Section 1 after Ordinance 5816 to indicate that the fiscal year 26 budget ordinance has been amended before. I ask for the members' support of my motion. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
So we have 7 ayes, 0 noes, 2 excused. Member Rollins Fernandez and Pro Tem Kama. Then the main motion as amended. Any more discussion?
Chair, I do see Councilmember Kama on the screen.
Oh, okay.
You just
I'm
raised
sorry.
your hand.
Okay, so we have 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excused. Member Hodgins, I mean, not Hodgins, but Member Rollins Fernandez. I love those double names, you know. Change your name to Smith or something like that. Okay. All right. Any more discussion on the main motion? If not, all those in favor of the main motion as amended, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
So 8 ayes, 0 noes, 1 excuse. Member Rollins Fernandez, motion carries. Thank you. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 97, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Appendix A, Part 1, Emergency Management Agency, Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, Hazard Mitigation Grant Program, HMGP, new appropriation of $54,496.
Okay, Vice Chair Sugimura.
I move to pass Bill 97, 2025 on first reading.
Second.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Hodgins to pass Bill 97. Discussion, Member Vice Chair Sugimura.
Bill 9725 amends Appendix A, Part 1 of the fiscal year 26 budget by adding a new grant appropriation for the Emergency Management Agency from the Federal Emergency Management Agency Hazard Mitigation Grant Program. The appropriation totals $54,496 and will support Phase 1 of the Maui County-wide Wildfire Mitigation Project. In her transmittal, the budget director noted that the county has received approval for the grant and the funds are now available. All of you have received ASF from me. I have an ASF on this item. I move to substitute Bill 97, 2025 with the proposed FD1 version attached to my ASF.
Second.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Hodgins to substitute the proposed FD1 version of Bill 97. Discussion,
Thank you.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Members, the proposed FD1 version adds as amended to Section 1 after Ordinance 5816 to indicate that the fiscal year 26 budget ordinance has been amended before. It also incorporates a small non-substantive revision. I ask for the members' support of my motion. Thank you, Chair.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries, 1 excused. Member Rollins Fernandez. Now the main motion as amended. Any more discussion? All those in favor of the motion, raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries, 1 excused. Member Rollins Fernandez. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 98, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Department of Management Office of Recovery Program, decrease Category B by $25,000, and Office of the Mayor Administration Program, Boys and Girls Club of Maui, for 2025 Kapeva Youth Leadership Summit, new appropriation of $25,000.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
I move to pass Bill 98, 2025 on first reading.
Second.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Cook, to pass Bill 98 on first reading. Vice Chair Sugimura, discussion.
Bill 98, 2025 amends fiscal year 26 budget by transferring $25,000 from the Department of Management Office of Recovery to the Office of the Mayor Administration Program. The funds will support the Boys and Girls Club of Maui for the 2025 Kaheva Youth Leadership Summit, which will be held on September 12th. In her transmittal, the budget director requested floor action so the county can finalize the appropriation and support timely planning for this important youth event. That I think an ASF will be submitted. Chair, I have an ASF for this item. Referencing my ASF, I move to substitute Bill 98, 2025 with the attached proposed FD1 version.
Second.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Hodgins to substitute with the ASF that was already distributed. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. Members, the proposed FD1 version updates Section 1 and 2 by adding as amended after Ordinance 5816 to indicate that the FY 26 budget ordinance has been amended before. It also corrects an amount to match the fiscal year 26 budget and corrects the name of Boys and Girls Club of Maui, Inc. name and incorporates non-substantive revisions. I ask for the members' support of my motion. I'd like to thank all the testifiers that we had come that talked about this important event that's coming up, and I look forward to the members' support.
Any more discussion? Yes, Member Paulton.
I have a discussion when we get to the main motion, so if you could go to me then.
Okay. Any more discussion on the ASF? All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Now the main motion as amended. Any more discussion, Member Paulton?
Thank you, Chair. Full support for this. I just wanted to make mention, as this money is coming from the Office of Recovery for the Youth Summit, my hope and dream is that the Ho'okumuho First-Time Home Buyers Program be shared with the Boys and Girls Club Kapeva Youth Summit, because this is an excellent opportunity for those young adults to possibly, if they were impacted by the fire, have priority to become first-time home buyers in Maui County. And, since the focus is on staying or bringing people home, I really hope they incorporate it now that the application portal has opened, because it's a great opportunity for our youth to become first-time home buyers, especially if they were impacted by the fire and are in the low to moderate income group, as many people out of high school are.
Okay, thank you. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion as a...
Can I just say something?
Okay, Member Vice Chair Sugimura.
Yeah, I wanted to just add, kind of in line with what Member Paulton is talking about. On Sunday, I spoke at my church, And Senator Hashimoto shared about youth from Kamehameha schools, and he looked at the mayor, who was at our church also, and said that there was a group of youth that went to Japan, maybe with even you, Member Paulton, and they recently gathered, and what he said was so relevant to this is the youth said, when you rebuild Lahaina, can you also add something for the youth? I think everybody's been talking about the senior center that has burnt down, and there's a lot of talk going on about rebuilding that, but they also asked for, can there be something for the youth more than the civic center? So I just want to add that in. It ties into this Office of Recovery Funds.
Okay, all those in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, for referral to the Budget and Economic Development Committee are the following. Bill 99, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Appendix B, Department of Water Supply, Water Fund Preservation and Restoration Rate. Bill 100, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, increase estimated revenues, other intergovernmental by $750,000. Capital improvement projects, Department of Water Supply countywide, and Appendix C, Department of Water Supply countywide upgrades and replacements, increase appropriation by $750,000. Bill 101, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Ordinance 5821, Bill number 46, FD1, 2025, relating to an intergovernmental agreement for a loan from the state of Hawaii's Water Pollution Control Revolving Fund for various water supply projects, fiscal year 2026 budget ordinance. Bill 102, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Appendix A, Part 2, Open Space, Natural Resources, Cultural Resources, and Scenic Views Preservation Fund, new appropriation for $500,000 for acquisition of 104A Lower Waiahu Beach Road, and deletion of appropriation for the acquisition of 131 Shaw Street. Bill 103, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, increase estimated revenues, bond lapse, bond by $10 million. Capital improvement projects, Department of Management, Wailuku Kahului Community Plan Area, and Appendix C, Department of Management, Wailuku Kahului Community Plan Area, appropriation for $10 million for 24 North Church Street, building acquisition and renovations. And Bill 104, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Ordinance 5818, Bill 43, CD1, 2025, relating to the issuance of general obligation bonds of the County of Maui issuance, sale and delivery of said bonds, Department of Management.
Any objections to referring the bills mentioned to the BFED Committee?
No objections.
So ordered, Ms. Clerk.
Chair, for referral to the Government Relations, Ethics, and Transparency Committee is Bill 105, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Title II, Maui County Code, on alternate members of boards and commissions.
Any objections to referring the above listed bills to the Great Committee?
No. No objections.
So ordered.
Chair, for referral to the Komike Aloha Aina Committee are the following. Bill 106, 2025, a bill for an ordinance naming Mapulehu Cultural Preserve, and Bill 107, 2025, a bill for an ordinance naming Hamakualoa Cultural Preserve.
Any objections to referring the above listed bills to the committee?
No objections.
So ordered. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 108. I don't know if you want to skip that for a minute. This is for Member Cook.
All right.
Can we take a break?
Next.
We can move on to ordinances for second and final reading. Chair, before you is Bill 56, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Section 14.10.010, Maui County Code to authorize water rates for preservation and restoration of native Hawaiian species habitats. Oh, that's
Okay,
also
we'll
Member
come back
Cook.
to that
Hold on.
too.
All right. Chair, before you is Bill 87, 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the State of Hawaii Department of Health, Disability, and Communication Access Board.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
This is Bill, I'm sorry, 87, right? Okay, sorry. If there are no objections, may I please request the clerk to also bring up Bill 89, 2025?
Any objections, members? Okay, so ordered.
Chair, before you is Bill 89, 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the County of Maui to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the State of Hawaii Department of Hawaiian Homelands related to General Lease Number 311.
Vice Chair Sugimura.
Thank you. I move to pass Bill 87 and Bill 89, 2025 on second and final reading.
Moved by Vice Chair Sugimura, seconded by Member Hodgins to pass Bills 87 and 89 on second and final reading. Discussion, Vice Chair Sugimura.
No further discussion.
Any other discussion? Member Paulton.
Thank you, Chair. For Bill 89, I just want to recognize and mahalo DHHL for their willingness to work with us repeatedly and provide for the greater good of the community. Public Works desperately needs this lands. There's other lands. You know, we were in conversation with a certain landowner who continually pulls our chain and then sells to other people while we're in discussion. So I just want to recognize what great partners DHHL is to the county, as opposed to some other certain landowners who continually yank our chain around.
Thank you. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Ms. Clerk?
Chair, would you like to return to Member Cooks, or would you like to?
Yes, return to Member Cooks.
All right. Chair, before you is Bill 108, 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the U.S. Geological Survey, Pacific Islands Water Science Center, United States Department of the Interior for water resource investigations.
Member Cook.
I move to pass Bill 108, 2025 on first reading.
Second.
Moved by Member Cook, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura to pass Bill 108 on first reading.
Thank you. Bill 108 authorizes the county to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the U.S. Geological Survey for vital water resource investigations across Maui County. The agreement supports data collection and scientific studies that inform the water planning, watershed restoration, and drought resilience. Members, I also plan to schedule the Rule 7B discussion on our next Water and Infrastructure Committee meeting on this subject matter. The Department of Water Supply is here previously, available for any questions and members might have. I respectfully ask for the members' support of my motion.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
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 9 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 56, CD1, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending Section 14.10.010 Maui County Code to authorize water rates for preservation and restoration of native Hawaiian species habitats.
Member Cook.
I move to pass Bill 56, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved by Member Cook, and seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura to pass Bill 56, CD1, 2025 on second and final reading. Discussion, Member Cook.
Thank you, Chair. Bill 56 authorizes discounted water rates for consumers who primarily use water to preserve or restore native Hawaiian species habitats. This bill aligns with the FY 2026 budget amendment proposed in Bill 99, 2025, which establishes the rate in Appendix B of the FY 2026 budget. I respectfully ask the members' support of my motion.
Okay. Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. Say aye.
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 9 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, before you is Bill 94, 2025, a bill for an ordinance amending the fiscal year 2026 budget, Appendix A, Part 1, Department of Management, Private Donations, new appropriation of $10,000.
Member Paulton.
Sure. And then maybe we can do 89 after. Or
88 and 94.
88 after, but no problem. Chair, at this time, I would like to reopen County Communication 25-17.
Any objections,
No
members?
objections.
Yep, so ordered.
Thank you. I move to pass Bill 94, 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved by Member Paulton, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura to pass Bill 94 on second and final reading. Discussion, Member Paulton.
Thank you. I'd like to refer to County Communication 25-17 and move that that occurs.
Chair, would you like me to recall?
Yes.
Communication? Recalling County Communication 2517, Councilmember Paulton transmitting a proposed amendment to Bill 94, 2025, entitled "A Bill for an Ordinance Amending the Fiscal Year 2026 Budget, Appendix A, Part 1, Department of Management, Private Donations, New Appropriation of $10,000.
Member Paulton.
I move that new appropriation of $10,000.
Second.
Moved by Member Paulton, seconded by Member Vice Chair Sugimura. To pass as amended file CC 2517. Yeah?
Oh, I think we're just moving to pass the ASF, right?
Okay, all right. Well, I just thought you could file the CC at the same time, but that's okay. Member Paulton?
No further comments. I respectfully ask for the members' support of my motion.
Okay, any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Member Paulton?
Oh, now the main motion is amended.
Okay.
Oh, I move to file County Communication 25-17.
Okay, second. Motion as amended and to file County Communication 25-17. Okay, that's seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura. Any more discussion?
No more discussion.
All those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye. 9 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Oops, are we at the end of the calendar?
We have one more
Bill
that I missed. We have Bill 88, Chair.
Oh, 88.
Yep.
That's right.
Chair.
Member Paul, yes.
Real quick, since you recognize the motion to file as a separate motion, do you want to also call that for a vote?
I thought we combined it, but we can. Didn't we combine it? You didn't combine it.
Well, you recognize the second, that's all.
Okay.
That's true.
All in favor? Yeah.
Okay.
Aye.
All those in favor of filing to the communication 25-17. So that would have been seconded by who? Member Sugimura, and main motion made by Member Paulton. Okay, now on Bill 88.
Yep. Chair, before you is Bill 88 FD1 2025, a bill for an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with the state of Hawaii for the use of Hale Olaie for temporary housing for survivors of the August 2023 Maui wildfires through the Hawaii Interim Housing Program.
Member Paulton.
Thank you, Chair. I move to pass Bill 88 FD1 2025 on second and final reading.
Second.
Moved by Member Paulton, seconded by Vice Chair Sugimura, to pass Bill 88 FD1 2025 on second and final reading. Discussion, Member Paulton.
Thank you. I'd just like to say that there are still survivors looking for housing, struggling, kupuna, widows, recently evicted, and there still is a wait list and there still is vacancies. So let's get those vacancies filled up right away, expeditiously, because people are still struggling. And I respectfully ask for the members' support of my motion.
Any more discussion? If not, all those in favor of the motion, please raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes, motion carries. Ms. Clerk.
Chair, there's no further business before the council.
Wow.
Okay, members, anything else you want to add of a good nature? Okay, Vice Chair Sugimura.
I want to thank our farmer council member, Member Johnson, for the watermelon that he gave us today. And
Thank you.
That
He grew with his own hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plants don't talk back, so I really enjoy it. Thank you all. I hope you enjoy it. Made from love. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And with that, this meeting is adjourned.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
one
wait.
more.
This meeting is unadjourned. Member Paulton.
Thank you. My daughter has some brackets in her mouth that needs to be fixed tomorrow, so I'll be a little bit late, possibly, unless somebody else can take her to the orthodontist.
Okay.
I remember those days.
I think we can wait for you. I'm pretty sure we're going to have enough testimony.
Okay, yeah, her appointment is at 9:45.
Okay, all right. Anybody else? If not, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Aye.